have ourselves another comfortable night, especially if you are East River. We're already off to a pretty nice start with our view from our camera in downtown Sioux Falls. We were only able to get into the 70s across much of the region today. We'll cool off into the 50s in many portions of the region as we head into the night. And while East River, we're pretty quiet, look at what we have right now. Out west, it might be a different story. We'll talk about that and go through the rest of your forecast coming up. But until then, First to 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
The Democratic vice presidential pick is a familiar name in KELOLAND. We're going to have reaction coming up.
Communities and neighborhoods across the country are coming together tonight. A look at the National Night Out events in Sioux Falls coming up.
And an attack on a U.S. military base in Iraq. The latest update and what we know about the service members who were injured. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. New developments following January's bomber crash at Ellsworth Air Force Base.
The commander of the 28th Operations Group, Colonel Mark Kimball, has lost his job at Ellsworth. A news release says that Kimball was removed, quote, due to a loss of trust and confidence in his ability to command, based on the findings of the crash investigation report. The crash back in January destroyed a $450 million B-1 bomber. Digital reporter Ray Yost has a closer look at today's announcement and the findings from the crash report. That's on our website right now.
2 Sioux Falls men are behind bars following an early morning chase on the east side of the city. Police were first called for a report of a man threatening someone with a handgun, then drove off. An officer with the area saw a car that matched the description and pursued the car after the driver refused to stop.
And in the area of 41st Street and Southeastern, the car, I think there was some mechanical issues. Maybe the tire blew or was flattened. But anyway, the car drove off the road, and then there were 2 guys inside. They took off running.
Police eventually caught up with the 2 men. 21-year-old Ebenezer Medebo faces a list of charges, including fleeing police, DWI, and possession of marijuana. 22-year-old Omot Carlo was arrested and charged with possession of marijuana and fleeing police.
Well, people across the country are getting together tonight for the National Night Out event. The annual gatherings are an effort to build community and help people get to know their neighbors. In Sioux Falls, more than 24 gatherings are planned across the city. Sioux Falls Police, along with fire rescue and other city leaders, plan on stopping by each event throughout the night.
There will be multiple officers. We have officers that are solely assigned to go into these events, and then also the patrol officers that work in these neighborhoods. Call volume permitting will also be stopping out at these events, along with senior command staff, like I stated before, people with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue and other city employees.
The National Night Out events are scheduled between 5:30 and 8 o'clock tonight.
Well, I hope they have some good weather for all those gatherings out there.
If it's anything like it is right now, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, what do you think, Adam?
I think if you're outside right now, you've got the right idea. It's been a great day to get outside, especially if you have been really kind of getting tired of all the humidity that we've been having to deal with, and you are really in for a treat, not just for the rest of the day, but for a majority of the 7-day forecast. Out in Deadwood, we'll start things off this time around. How about all the riders out there for another great day out west for Sturgis? While we're good now, we might not be later on today. We'll talk about that in a little more detail coming up. Meanwhile, here in Sioux Falls, there's 41st Street, 73, an easterly breeze at 14 miles per hour. Again, the big difference today has been the lack of humidity. 71 right now in Watertown, 76 Aberdeen, as well as Chamberlain and Winter, 72 for Pierre, but notice those 80s still hanging tough. Rapid City to Spearfish, 85 and 84 respectively, even 91 down toward Pine Ridge. But take a look at the dew points in the 50s this time around. On the high end, around 60, like Phillip, Pierre, and Winter. But considering yesterday we had those readings in the mid-70s, this is a big step in the right direction. And overall, this is going to be what sticks around more often than not. Here's visible satellite, just some fair weather clouds up toward Huron and up toward Mobridge as well. We haven't been seeing too much in the way of moisture over the last couple of hours. Not to say we've been dry. We have seen a couple of showers and thunderstorms in central KELOLAND trying to move down to the south and east, but these are kind of fizzling out by the time they head down into southeastern KELOLAnd. But there's our next system. That's going to be coming in tonight into Wednesday, and that'll be our focal point for some thunderstorms tonight out west and then on both sides of the river for Wednesday. We'll talk about that in your forecast as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. Top story today, Vice President Kamala Harris has announced Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate.
KELOLAND Washington, D.C. correspondent Maddie Beertemple takes a look at what's next for the brand new ticket.
Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz are on their way to Philadelphia. The newly announced duo will appear together for the first time this evening.
So let's get out there and get this done, okay?
Let's do it.
Vice President Kamala Harris made the move on social media, writing that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's work for the middle class impressed her. So did his support for paid family leave and abortion protections.
I learned to be generous towards my neighbors.
In a new campaign video, Walz introduced himself to the country as a veteran, school teacher, and football coach.
And I tried to teach my students what small-town Nebraska taught me: respect, compromise, service to country.
A source familiar with Harris's decision says Walz appealed to her as an effective messenger who can help win Midwestern states, the same states that Republican VP pick Ohio Senator J.D. Vance is vying to win.
We're white guys from the Midwest. I guess there are similarities there. But what's different is the actual ideas about how best to serve people.
Vance said he called Walz to congratulate him, but left a voicemail. He then went after Walz at a Philadelphia rally, calling him too extreme.
Tim Walz's record is a joke. He's been one of the most far-left radicals in the entire United States government.
A debate between Vance and Walz is not yet scheduled, but Vance says he's in after Democrats make the ticket official at their convention. The pick comes after the DNC officially voted to nominate Harris. 99% of pledged delegates voted for her. In Washington, I'm Maddie Beertemple.
Voters in KELOLAND are reacting to the Tim Walz pick for vice president. Perry Groten has a preview of the story he's working on for KELOLAND News at 5.
The national political spotlight is shining brightly on main streets across Minnesota, including here in Laverne, now that Kamala Harris has selected Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Now, we spoke with people here who think that Walz will add a lot to the Democratic ticket and help Harris's chance of winning in the fall. Others aren't budging at all and continue with their support for former President Trump. But a lot of people we spoke with from both parties say they're surprised by the pick. Find out why coming up tonight on KELOLAND News. Reporting from Laverne, Minnesota, I'm Perry Groten.
And you can also find reaction from South Dakota Democrat leaders and find out what South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has to say about the VP choice. That story is on our website right now.